this video, we can see a man who is having a conversation with his dogs, having spent the whole day at home. The dogs were eagerly awaiting their master's return from work. The young man states that he always thought that a weird energy was lying within the four walls of this apartment. Before he moved into this unit a couple of years prior, former residents told him firsthand that they also were sure that this place was haunted. But rumors are rumors, and until this moment, the man never really came eye to eye with something paranormal. When he gets ready to finally take his dogs out for a walk, he places his camera down on a shelf. What the camcorder then captures could not be explained. It occurs that a pair of glowing eyes is lurking out of the dark closet. Is it a demon by any chance? The eyes stare at the camcorder for a whole minute until the man realizes that he had forgotten to turn the camcorder off. What is your opinion? Two urban explorers made their way to an old abandoned facility that served as a sanatorium many years back. Interested in the paranormal, they were hoping to finally find proof for the existence of paranormal activity. As they walk through the dark hallways and demolished rooms, the camera light is guiding the way even deeper into the broken down building. After about 20 minutes of bone-chilling exploration in the large sanatorium, they notice the voice of a man. But since the building is locked down, it must have been their imagination, right? They decide to go ahead with their investigation and maybe capture a real ghost this time. When they hear another unexplainable sound, one of the men pans the camera and captures a ghostly entity. Could this be the ghost of a deceased patient? At least the men finally found what they were so eagerly looking for. A bar in Mexico is claimed by many visitors who had the chance to spend one of their evenings there to be super haunted. Spoons and forks apparently were thrown off the tables by unseen forces and energies. Customers even complained about chilly breezes that were noticeable in certain spots at the location. A lady claimed that she felt someone touching her back when she was having dinner with her husband. These mysteries could never be fully explained. Last night, the security camera caught something strange. As the night guard is zooming in onto the screen, we can clearly make out a face that appears to be smiling. Does it belong to a deceased customer? What do you think? The following video has been captured by a home surveillance camera of user Clocan, and apparently it looks like that the spirit of their little cat was captured lying in the living room on one of their sofas. It's interesting because this shape could not be seen with the human eye at the time,
but maybe it's something completely different. Let's hear what Clocan is actually stating. Not sure if this can be explained, but I caught what looks like my cat Blackjack, who passed away almost exactly a year ago, materializing on one of our sofas to the far left when I turned the lights on from my phone. There was nothing black on the sofa, just the pillows that are red, grey and cream. What was it? It can clearly be noticed how at first the sofa appears to be completely empty besides the said pillows, and then out of nowhere a shadow-like object appears once the light turns on slowly. What is your explanation? Could it in fact be the spirit of Blackjack that is visiting his former home, or is it just a simple shadow being cast by something nearby? We are guests in the Lamb House again and will analyze some brand new captures that Kent on his channel Ghosts of Carmel, Maine has caught. The following events happened during the day, which is the most active time for mysterious happenings in Kent's home. Like many times before, Kent is being lured upstairs because some inexplicable noises are catching his attention.
Particular reason why you're waiting by this basement door? What's going on down there? Usually that's not a good sign.
After this incident, Kent notices that his cat is sitting in front of the basement door and suspects that some form of energy is waiting for him downstairs. Maybe.
Hello? It's been a long time since I've been down here.
Ken tries to make contact with whatever is waiting for him in the basement today, which he has also done in the past.
Who's down here right now?
And besides several EVPs, he captures an apparition that passes him by in the corner.
Whoa, what the f was that?
Yeah. The shadow apparition seems to be jumping, one might say like the devil himself even. A coincidence. Maybe an indicator of the negative nature of this apparition. What makes this all a bit worse is the fact that Kent felt something touching him on his arm. He then thinks about making a quick escape, but isn't fully sure if he just should go for it. Kent is sure that in the next clip he has captured another shadow apparition that was standing at the doorway and disappears towards the left into the wall. Watch closely now and let me know if you can see anything. This definitely could be a torso and an arm, but it could also just be an effect caused by the gamma of the camera. The pixelation sure doesn't help.
Another case of a nightly disturbance. This young man was woken up one night by loud bangs and noises that came out of one of the rooms. His parents were away on vacation and nothing out of the ordinary ever happened at the family home before. The guy said that 2 nights in a row he was plagued by sleep paralysis and that he always saw a shadow man that slowly walked towards him while he was nailed to his bed. He had a small figure and an evil grin on his lips. As he follows the noises into the bathroom, he captures this. Could it be that it was the same demon he was dreaming about? Number 3. A girl from China was on a trip around the world and recorded a lot of videos for her travel diary. This particular night, she was talking about a Japanese temple that she had visited a couple of days earlier. Ever since she left the temple, she said that a strange magnetic static was present within the vicinity of her and a friend who was coming along on the trip. But nothing spooky happened so far, so she was not really concerned. This was when something eerie started to take place in the background of her hotel room. Laughing it off at first, perhaps she ignored the ghostly activity. The poltergeist, or whatever it was, seemed to have wanted her attention pretty bad.
This clip was captured by a night guard who heard inexplicable noises in the middle of his shift. Of course, he grabbed his cell phone and went investigating. Could he capture something mysterious? The man was patrolling a school and he was sure that no soul was around, but suddenly he noticed the voice of a child. He kept recording for a little bit, but couldn't find anything unusual. It was later when he checked out the recording with another colleague, and they realized there might have been something else in this school. Was it the spirit of a child that is haunting this building? I think we will not be able to say.
For an upcoming school event, these friends were practicing a dance in one of their parents' living rooms in South America. While everything appears normal at first, one of the young girls came forward after they had reviewed their video. She was saying that her parents were telling her about a friendly house ghost, which was inheriting their family home. The girl, of course, didn't take this story serious, since she never came across anything unexplainable or paranormal within these 4 walls. But then, out of nowhere, a dark shadow seems to pass by the young girls in a matter of seconds. Was it the ghost that was said to exist in the home of the girl's family?
This clip was captured by a TikTok user called I can't read it, sorry. He noticed that his dogs were behaving a bit weird all of a sudden. Although his dogs don't seem to be necessarily afraid, they clearly notice that something is standing in the left room. Let's zoom in a little bit. What can you see? It's a bit unclear to me.
This clip was recorded by a woman who was preparing her latest video for her channel. Spending the weekend in her parents' house in South America, the girl made the best out of the situation and was using her mom's laptop for this recording. The house had no paranormal backstory as far as I could find out. So the following events transpired out of nowhere and to the total surprise of the woman. As she keeps telling a story about her personal life, the first odd occurrence unfolds in the background. She checks every corner in her parents' bedroom. After not finding anything strange, she decides to return to her laptop. Was it a poltergeist that took over her parents' house?
Next we are looking at a video that was sent by Thomas. Apparently he had found it on a channel called Shimmy Jim Hog. It features a young man who was hearing mysterious noises from the sewer near his house. This night he wanted to see where the noises actually came from.
You can probably hear it in the background right now.
Granted, the premise of this sounds like straight out of a horror movie.
Coming up on the tunnel right now.
And maybe it is.
I'm hearing the noises inside the tunnel.
As the man approaches the tunnel, we can hear a creature in the far.
I really just want to make contact with this creature.
This apparently was not enough to keep the man at bay, and he ventures deeper into the tunnel systems, which apparently were still in use. The closer he comes to the creature, the more it makes its presence known. I'm sure many of us are familiar with these sounds. They are pretty similar to the rake. Now let's look at that again. Certainly looks like the rake, doesn't it? Even if it is a setup, it's an entertaining clip in my opinion.
A ghost hunter from Asia finally had the chance to visit one of the most haunted areas in Japan. After he was taking many photos in an abandoned, run-down temple, this house caught his attention. It was situated right next to the said temple area. Since he was visiting during daylight, he was not really expecting much of a result. At least, that is what he stated later after he had reviewed his recordings. The first creepy sighting takes place after the man checked up on the dysfunctional bathing area of the house. Is it an onryu, the spirit of a woman who found her end in a tragic manner? Shortly after, the man makes his way up the stairs into the first floor, only to be spooked once again. He had no explanation for the origin of this unsettling phase, but he believes it to be the same spirit that was haunting him downstairs.
Our next capture was sent by Rhonda, who was on a nightly trip with her team, Shadow Patrol Paranormal Investigations. One of her team members seems to have recorded something really interesting on camera that night. Rhonda and her team are doing these investigations for over 20 years, and I'm sure that they have come across many intriguing things. But this night, an interesting mist could be captured on the left side of the screen. It appears that a wispy shape is flying straight through the screen. What was it? I have no idea. But I see that it definitely has paranormal potential. Now we want to follow two young urban explorers from Germany, who in the past could come up with some mysterious recordings. This night they venture to an abandoned place in their area, which is said to be haunted, apparently. As they make it into the new house, they start to hear a lot of unexplainable noises at first. They follow the noises into one room. And this is where some eerie poltergeist activity starts to take place.
Hey.
So there truly was something else going on, but it was not the only thing that got moved.
Komm, wir wissen uns mehr. Ich hab keinen Bock mehr. Weiter außen. Waren wir da schon? Da haben wir noch das hier. Oh, du bist.
Urban explorers from South America ventured down an old hallway towards an abandoned office building that was part of a brewery back in the day. Looking for some thrills, they might have come across something even more sinister than they would have imagined. The video was recorded in the 90s, therefore we have to accept the decreased quality. But these videos never seem to be captured on an HD camcorder, am I right? Nothing extraordinary can catch the attention of these guys, it appears, and they make their way further down the broken down corridors. Then, after noticing some eerie sounds, one of the guys captures this thing on his camcorder. Zooming in onto the creature reveals facial features that are part of a deformed skull. What is your explanation for this?
A woman heard strange noises in her bedroom all day, so she decided to put up her camera and see if it actually could capture anything out of the ordinary. Tonight we will follow a new German explorer who was going on a little adventure one day. Apparently he was scouting out an abandoned hotel during daylight. Was he looking for anything mysterious? Probably not, but that doesn't mean that he didn't capture anything inexplicable that day. Timo seems to be a person who enjoys old rundown places with some history attached to them. In the hopes of finding interesting items of the past, he continuously goes on trips through different parts of Germany. As mentioned before, today he was checking out the ruins of an old hotel in the midst of nowhere. One of the things he came across today was an old cable car system, obviously out of service.
Ist das Laufrad, das ist praktisch die Umlenkrolle für das Stahlseil. Wie man sieht, da auf der Seite ist auch noch ein Stahlseil. Das sind also beide, das heißt, die Bahn hängt an dem Ende.
But the moment he enters in one of the closed buildings, he captures a surprise.
Mit Holzwänden nachgeholfen. Ich würde sagen, das ist ein Wassertank gewesen, aber sonst ist hier auch nichts. Die Fische gezüchtet. Hier ist ein Wassertank.
Was it the spirit of a person that was looking at him from the corner? Maybe, or maybe just a light anomaly. Let's keep an eye open for anything else that he can capture in the next couple of months. These two friends were exploring an abandoned cave when they found a strange shape sitting in the corner.
So, what exactly did they capture here? Some say it looks like a lady sitting in the corner. What do you see?